because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City, USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Eartha Watts Hicks. I'm an award-winning author, publisher, PR writer, and affiliate for blackpr.com. I am your business moderator this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Dr. Barbara Wright. In 2016, Dr. Barbara Wright established Certified Dream Builder Incorporated, CDB, to offer grant writing services to nonprofit and for-profit organizations at the local, state, and national level. Their services encompass a range of offerings, including contract and loan application readiness workshops, consulting, apps, and resources to nonprofits and businesses that provide programs, products, and services to the public. At Certified Dream Builder, they specialize in business and nonprofit development for funding readiness, as well as grant writing and fund development services. Their exclusive products developed by Dr. Barbara Wright include the Canvas grant writing system that works in tandem with their exclusive grant writing and budget apps available on both iOS and Android platforms. I present to you Dr. Barbara Wright.
Thank you so much. I am extremely happy to be here, and I know that genius is coming.
Yes. And thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
That sounds great. Well, hello, everybody. I'm glad you're here today. Grab your cup of coffee or grab your water or whatever it is that you are going to drink and enjoy this 30, 40 minutes with me today. Because what I'd like to do for you today is answer the questions that you may have always wanted to ask if you're interested in grant writing, doing some grant writing yourself, or becoming a grant writer or a fund developer, or you just are trying to do it and you're just kind of lost. And if you also have some of the major questions about grants, we're going to attack as many of those as we can today while we just have a good casual conversation. I can't talk about you, but I can talk about me. So I'm going to do a lot of talking about what I have done in the grant writing industry and what grant writing and fund development has meant to me. As you've heard, I've had the organization since 2016, but I've been grant writing for years for organizations like Housing Authority of Kansas City Public Schools, many churches, and local, national, and internationally. So I have quite a bit of experience. Don't let this, however age I look, don't let it fool you, because I've got some years behind me. So I have about 30 years of grant writing experience. So what does a grant writer do? Well, I can't tell you about all grant writers, but I can tell you about me. I help to submit grant proposals to secure funding and projects for different organizations. I conduct research on funding opportunities. I help write persuasive proposals and work closely with the client, because I don't work for the client. I work with the client in order to make sure that we get their documents done, and done correctly, and done in a manner that they can continue to do the work after I'm gone. Also, I do grant writing, consulting, training, document preparation, um, public speaking, and program evaluations. Those are some of the services that I do offer. And I develop productivity apps and templates, as she said. The templates are actually grants that you can use and improve as you are writing grants for different organizations. Because nobody can give you a template that's going to work for you for every grant, because every grant asks different questions. So what qualifications or skill do you need if you want to be a grant writer, or if you're trying to write grants and you want to know what is it that I need? My background is in communication, writing, and business. I taught business education for 14 years, but years before that, back in Plum Nelly, Plum out the country, Nelly out the world, which is where I grew up, I wrote rhymes, raps, poems, songs, plays, and all of those experiences that I've had play a role in my grant writing today. So if you're a writer, a journalist, you have a business background, you have a nursing background, teaching background, you all are some of the people that make excellent grant writers. I possess strong writing, research, communication skills, and these skills are essential in order for you to craft a compelling grant proposal. If you don't have those, but you know you need to write a grant, work on those, because now you've got AI, artificial intelligence, you got ML, machine learning, you got all of these things that are out there and available to help you. Even if you're not the greatest now, you can be before too long. My experience in project management and for familiarity with specific industries also helps. And I didn't start with that knowledge. I've gained that knowledge over time by studying and learning from my clients and reading and researching in different databases like city-data.com, where you can learn lots of information, and researching some of the massive databases that are out there that has information. You might ask, how do grant writers find funding opportunities? Well, there are online databases that you can go to. There are foundation directories. There are government websites that help identify grants. You can go to network industry organization conferences. You can attend grant-related events to discover potential funding opportunities. And then the next question might be, what is the typical process for writing a grant proposal? My process for writing the grant proposal involves gathering the project information from my client, and then conducting thorough research and structuring the proposal. in that research, I'm making sure that we have answered our 5 W's, the who, what, when, where, why, that we are actually doing something that is fundable. We've done our SWOT analysis and pestle analysis. And if you don't know what those things are, you need to be going to my website, which is certifieddreambuilder.com, and getting my book that's called Getting Ready for Grant Writing Finally Made Easy. That book helps you with getting ready for grants, contracts, and loan proposals. But all of that information is in there so that you know how to do those 7 steps to readiness. I create a compelling narrative that aligns to the funder's priorities. You are not writing for yourself. You are writing for the funder. Excuse me. So you are going to develop a detailed budget that is aligned to what the funder is going to give. If the funder is only giving $100,000, you're not giving them a request for $1 million because they already told you, we are only giving you $100,000. So therefore, your budget is also aligned to what the funder is asking. So you might ask, what makes the grant proposal successful? What can I do to ensure that if I do all of this work, I might get funded? Well, successful proposals address the funder's goal while clearly demonstrating the impactful nature of the proposed project by providing them a strong evidence of your need and making sure that you have a well thought out plan. Those 5 W's, you have those together for that organization. And if you are writing for you and others, you're doing those 5 W's and you're doing that budget. Every time you get ready to do a grant, you are doing the exact same thing. And then if you do those things, that does increase your chance of funding. I will tell you, sometimes you can be the best grant writer, you can write the best proposal, and there are extenuating circumstances that might mean that you are still not going to be able to get the grant. Maybe they're only giving out 3 proposals and they got 10 great proposals, or maybe they're only giving out 20 and they got 100 great proposals, so they had to pick the ones that were best. Or maybe sometimes they already knew they're only giving out 1 proposal and they already had an organization in mind when they put the RFP out there, but they do have to follow rules and put that RFP out there. So don't always feel like you did something wrong. You may not have. Another question might be, do grant writers work with specific types of organizations or projects? I have experience working with various sectors within education, healthcare, environmental initiatives, and I'm also versatile and I can adapt my skills to different types of industries. So I am not just limited to one industry. It is nice if a grant writer can just say, I just do education grants, or I just do healthcare grants, or I just do this type of grant. Well, you want to be a little bit versatile so that you have more opportunity, but you choose. As a grant writer, you can choose. How do grant writers stay updated on changing grant regulations and requirements? Man, I could talk a lot about that, because right now we're back where they were in 1908 when the Model T Ford came out and the horses didn't know what to do because they had been used to ruling the roads, ruling the roads. And then all of a sudden you got these motorized vehicles out there on the road. So between 1908 and 1919, the cars took over, the Model Ts took over. And those horses had to get up in the back of the truck and start riding. And no longer were they the workhorses, they became the entertainment horses. And so everybody who had been working on that had to basically change what they were doing. So you want to make sure that you stay informed with the priorities, with the grant priorities, and how the world is changing and how this AI is affecting everything that we do. Because here I am, I developed 2 apps. I developed 1 hour to funds and 1 hour to grants that are productivity tools that help you use the internet to, it helps you use, do an expedited grant writing process to put together a template that serves as an expediter. And then right after I get this thing produced and get it out there on iOS and the Android platform, they come out with the AI. Well, if I wasn't watching and keeping up, I would have just went and tucked my head. It took me 10 years to get those apps out, and then here comes AI. But what I realize now is that my apps are out there, and my apps will help expedite the process. And my apps, once you get that template printed out, it helps you as a prompter. You can put my template in the AI or the artificial intelligence, and it gives you a great app. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with the artificial intelligence, continue to listen here, or make sure that you attend my Clubhouse meetings on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Time, called Grant Writing for Empowerment, because that's where I break down some more of this information. Additionally, I review updates from funding organizations, government agencies, and make sure that I stay up to date with changes. Now, I do tell you, it is important for you to also look at strategic plans. We can listen to everything they say in the news. We can listen to everything they say. The other day, I was listening to Mark Zuckerberg's quarterly report, where he was giving his Q4 review of Q2, because I'm invested in Meta. Well, I don't just listen to what they say in the news. I want to know what's in that quarterly report. I want to know what's in that strategic plan, because that tells me where decisions are really made. You might ask, what is the average success rate for a grant proposal? I can tell you, on average, success rates may range from 10 to 30% based on the grant writer's experience. If this is your first time submitting a proposal from your organization, your success rate is probably going to be 25% or less. If you have already been funded, that bumps your success rate up to about 75%. So your success rate depends on whether or not this is the first time you are doing your proposal, or whether you have been doing this in the past. You've already gotten funding from this organization and you're going back to them a second time. That can be anywhere from 75 to 85%. So your chances are anywhere from 10 to 80%. And if you know somebody in the organization that have asked you to apply because they feel like you have a great chance, then that might bump you up a notch. But just know that there are no guarantees in grant writing. Any grant writer who tells you there's a guarantee, they're just lying to you, or either maybe they have some relationships that most of us don't have. So that's the case. Most of us cannot guarantee anything in grant writing because there are too many extenuating circumstances that determines success. How much do grant writers charge for their services? As a grant writer, I may charge a flat fee for a proposal, an hourly rate, or a percentage of a bonus once the application is secured. I may also serve as the evaluator as opposed to receiving any type of percentage. Grant writers' fees vary greatly. There are some ethics out there that kind of control the fact that we are not supposed to write the grant and then get paid later. They say that is not ethical. You don't want to work for Kellogg or Walmart or anybody else for 2 weeks, and if they sell something, you get paid. Well, grant writers don't want to do that either. We want to know that we're going to get our money because we're going to do the job for you. Most of us will give you a good proposal that you can use again and again. So it's only right that that grant writer gets paid. The next question might be, how long does it take for a grant writer to write a proposal? The time required varies based on the proposal. If you're doing a local proposal, it may take you less time. A state proposal and a federal proposal may take you anywhere from 30 to 60 hours. It just depends on what those proposals are like. What information does a grant writer need from an organization to begin the proposal? A grant writer requires detailed information from that organization. So if you want a grant writer to write for you, you want to make sure that you have your mission, your goals, your past achievements, and what projects you want funded. You want to have those 5 W's. If you're doing anything in the grant writing space, you need to know your who, your what, your when, your where, and the why. And you know what? I say that for the grant writing space, but guys, as a consultant, I know that works for your life, not just for your business, not just for your nonprofit, even for your life. You want to know your who, What, when, where, and why. Think about things before you jump and just start doing things. Do grant writers provide other service beyond just writing proposals? Yes, in addition to writing proposals, I may offer services such as grant reporting, project management, assistance with the implementation of the program, because who better to evaluate your program than the person who helped you to write it? So yes, grant writers do provide other services. We may train your board, we may train your staff members. I provide training. I do 501c3s. I help with, I do incorporation preparation. I do prepare all kinds of documents, as I told you initially what some of my services are. So yes, we do. How do grant writers ensure confidentiality? As a grant writer, I prioritize confidentiality and data security by having confidentiality agreements. I do not share my clients' sensitive information. I follow best practices for data security and document storage. We all have to do that to make sure that we are protecting those people that we work with. And the last question that you might ask a grant writer is, can grant writers work with organizations in different geographical locations? Grant writers can work anywhere. I can effectively work with clients remotely, collaboratively, across different regions or countries, internationally, using various communication tools and technologies. So of course we can work wherever you need a grant writer, we can work. I met a lady from Canada the other day. She was like, can you work in Canada? I need you in Canada. So I told her, we can work anywhere. So about grant writing, that was basically questions that commonly are asked of a grant writer. But what about grant writing? What is grant writing, you may ask? You used to seeing this guy jump around in the green coat with in the white coat with the green question marks on it. Well, grant writing is the process of preparing and submitting proposals to secure funding from grant funders or government agencies for specific projects or initiatives. The thing about it is they're not giving you this money to do what you want to do. They're giving you this money to do what they want done. And that's where we kind of go to the left, because we want this money to do what we want to do, but the people give you money to do what they want done. How do you find these grant opportunities? Well, to find grant opportunities, you want to look for grants on government websites like grant.gov, on foundation directories like your community foundation in your area, on online grant databases. You want to join up professional associations and networks related to your field, and they may have grant opportunities, as I said earlier, and you want to stay up to date on funding announcements. Some people will pay to get information from grants so that their searching for grants is a lot easier. They do that too. You may ask, what are the key components of grant proposals? I feel like there are only 4 components to most grants. And those components is your executive summary, which is your 5 W's, your narrative, which is the story of the grant, your budget, which tells how much your program is going to cost, and your appendix or attachments, which tells what the funder wants you to attach to that grant and any supplements they want you to give. Those are the only 4 areas to any grant. I don't care what grant it is. Now, if you read other people's information, they may say the executive summary, the program description, which is a part of that narrative that I talked about, the budget, your evaluation plan, which is a part of that narrative, and organizational information, which is a part of the appendix. So really, there's just 4 areas. You might have somebody say there's 10 parts, but they're going to all fit within those 4 areas that I told you about the first time. And then as far as I'm concerned, there are 4 goals for each grant. And if you want to know more about that, you want to go to my website at certifieddreambuilder.com and learn when I'm having my next classes, or you can instantly download the book, Getting Ready for Grant Writing. How do I write a compelling grant proposal? The way to write a compelling grant proposal is to clearly state the problem or the need that you are addressing. Show a great understanding of the funder's priorities, which means that you have to read their RFP so that you know exactly what they're asking for, and then align your priorities accordingly. Make sure that you align. Use data, testimonials, and success stories that support your claims. Be concise. Like if you're saying you've done this and you've done that, make sure that you have some testimonials to support what you're saying. Be concise, persuasive, and avoid just using jargon. You're going to do that anyway because most of these grants only give you 150 characters or 500 words or 150 words or 100 words. You have to be able to explain everything that you're going to do. What is the typical grant application process? Well, you research grant opportunities that match your projects. Then you gather the information and supporting documents. You develop a detailed project plan and budget, and you write the grant proposal according to the funder's instructions. The funder's guidelines is your Bible. Don't be trying to make up stuff. You find out what that funder is asking for, and you write the proposal based on their guidelines. And then you submit the proposal by their deadline, because if you don't, they're probably not going to consider you. How do you demonstrate the need for a funding proposal? You present your data. That's your why. You present statistics and evidence of the problem that you are talking about. You share personal stories and testimonials to illustrate how significant that issue is. And you describe the target population and how they're going to benefit, and not only them, but the community will benefit. You might ask, what are some of the common mistakes that you need to avoid when you're grant writing? Missing the application deadline. If you miss the deadline, you're guaranteed not to get funded. Not following the funder's guidelines. I tell you, the guidelines are the Bible. Failing to demonstrate that you really need this program in your area. Using language that is so vague that people don't even understand what you're talking about. You're saying something different in your mission statement than what you're doing in the narrative and what you're doing in your implementation and what you're evaluating. You've got to be consistent. So I could just sum all of that up with say, you got to be consistent. Neglecting to proofread the edited proposal. You want to make sure that your budget stays the same all the way throughout the proposal, and you have corrected as many errors as you can. What types of supporting documents are required for an application? Well, you need your financial statements and budgets. You need letters of support and partner organizations and stakeholders. You need your project timelines and your work plans. And work plans are really big in contracting. In the grant, you need your narrative, which includes your evaluation. It includes your needs statement. It includes your evaluation. It includes your program proposal, your evaluation. All of that is going to be usually a part of that narrative. Some of them will separate the evaluation. You need resumes and bios of those key people that are in your organization that's going to make this organization work. How do you create a realistic project budget? Well, you gather all of the accurate estimates and projects. And if you don't know how to do that, you need my app, 1 Hour to Funds, which is on iOS and the Android platform. You allocate funds appropriately to each project component, because and your RFP or your request for proposal or your guidelines are going to tell you what you need, so or what you can and cannot do. They're going to tell you if there are any budget restrictions. One time I wrote a $100,000 grant and I only got $90,000 because I didn't realize I had not read the restrictions. Somebody told me about this grant. It was due the next day, so I only had 1 day to write it. So I only read the pertinent things that I had to read to hurry up and put this grant together. And I did not read the fact that they didn't pay for transportation. So we ended up losing the $10,000 for the transportation. So you want to make sure that you read those guidelines from the state. We only have 3 more questions and we'll be done here. The next one is, what are the best practices for grant proposals and evaluation submission? You want to review the proposal, make sure you got it complete, and you want to stick with their guidelines. You want to send feedback from colleagues and mentors before, you want to seek the feedback, from your colleagues before you submit the proposal to make sure that you have captured what they really desire to do, because you as the grant writer, you're probably not going to be there when they're carrying this out unless they're going to hire you to stick with them. They're going to be doing this on their own. So you need to make sure that you get their feedback before you send it off. And then you may miss something that they could catch. Also, submit well before the deadline, because if there can be a technical issue, a lot of times there are technical issues at the last moment. How long does it take to receive a response from the grant application? Response times vary greatly, ranging from a few weeks to several months. So if you are trying to pay your light, gas, water, phone bill, you might not be seeking grants, because if you are seeking grants, it might take a while for you to get an answer. And then even after you get an answer and they say, yes, we love your proposal, it may take another few months for you to get money. So don't be sitting up waiting to pay your lights, gas, water on your grants. Use fundraisers for that. And the last question, what happens after I receive a grant award? After you receive a grant award, you fulfill the requirements and provide regular updates on the project's progress to the funder. They have reports. They want to know that you did what you said you were going to do. So most funders will have a project. Now, sometimes the foundations, they don't require anything, but most of them want follow up to know that you are going to handle your business the way you said you were going to. You're going to use the funds exactly the way you said you were going to do it in the budget, or you're going to get their financier on the phone and ask them if you can change how you said you were going to spend the money. You also want to express gratitude. Whenever somebody gives you money, you want to thank them 7 times before you bank. Maybe you can remember this little rhyme: thank before you bank. And I encourage you to thank them 7 times. And you want to thank them in writing. You want to thank them in video. Now it's easy to thank them. Thank them on Facebook. Thank them on Instagram. Thank them on TikTok. Thank them on Thread. Thank them on some of these other ones that they have out there. They have all Discord. Thank them. I mean, it's easy to thank them now. And you thank them on the old fashioned, send a card, handwritten, saying thank you for the money. And you want to get the name of the person who helped you to get funded, because the next time you get ready to get funded, that moves you up from being 10 to 30% potentially funded up to being 70 to 80% potentially funded, because now you have a name, you have experience, they know what you are able to do, and they are happy to fund you. Again, I am Dr. Barbara Wright. I am the founder of CertifiedDreamBuilder.com, where we provide free to low cost consulting. We help with grant writing, consulting, training, and document preparation, public speaking, and evaluations. We have a sliding scale fee to where we help the smaller organizations as well as the larger organizations. We have developed productivity apps that are both on iOS and the Android platform. And I'm going to basically end this encouraging you to support this work on the Black Business Expo. Yes, you learn great information. Yes, you get all kinds of tips and help. But Dr. Kelly is out here doing this, so make for the benefit of our youth and making sure that they have an introduction to IT and to computers. So support this work. If you don't do anything else, support this work, because that's the only way I can come here. I come here once a month and I provide you with information. So look for me around the 3rd week of the month. Usually it's on a Wednesday, but this week I did 2. So look for me in supporting this work. And we need you to support this work so that he can give those computers out to these young people. I believe he also gives scholarships out to young people who are interested in technology and needing computer help and trying to go to school and to better their lives. So if we all work together, it is a much better process. And that's about it that I have today. And if they don't come in very quick, I generally love to encourage you to become an asset millionaire. I know I talk about this a lot, but there is nothing better than becoming an asset millionaire, to where you take your God-given assets. We're not even talking about your talents and skills right now. We are talking about your God-given assets that God has given you. And if you see me looking a little off, I am trying to pull up my list of those 10 assets that you have, because all of us are asset millionaires. And a lot of times people just don't know that they are already asset millionaires. And they're sitting up just thinking, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, so, I'm not doing very well, or I can't do very well because I don't have different things. Well, let me tell you some of the assets that are extremely valuable today that you may not even realize that you have. And basically, I'm just doing this until they come on back in and say that our time is up. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger so that I can see it. Some of the assets that you already have are communication. Some of you have great communication skills. That is an asset. Some of you have sales ability. That is an asset. Some of you have so many different assets that I couldn't even name them all. And so what you have to realize is that you do have those assets, and that you capitalize on the assets that you have. Some of you are able to market. If someone told you that they have a product, you could sell a shoestring with ketchup on it. You are just that smart with your marketing ability. You have the ability to discern people's spirits. You know when people are happy, you know when they're sad, you know when you've been successful. That is one of those $1 million assets. You have the ability to be able to develop products. Now, none of us are good in every one of these. So when you find out what your top agilities are, you want to make sure that you find those people that are similar to you, or that are not necessarily similar to you, but have benefits or have assets in those areas that you are lacking. Some of the other assets would be organizing. Now, I'm just waiting on our host to come back. So I'm covering some of the assets that you already have that makes you an instant asset millionaire. That is what dropped into my spirit this year to share with my people. Take those 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread that you have and give them back to your higher power. For me, it's God. And allow him to bless those 5,000 that are around you with those gifts and talents that you were born with. We're not even talking about things that you acquired over time. We're talking about some of these things you were born with. You have been inventing products and programs and services since you were a kid. We're talking about those of you with those kind of talents. We're talking about organizing. If you have the ability to organize, that is a $1 million skill. You have the ability to do goal setting and planning. That's a $1 million skill. You have the ability to manage your money. That's a $1 million skill. We know how that skill is. It took me a long time to learn that one, but I finally did. The philanthropy. If you are a person who gives, there is a great book that I read that says, you give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, will men give unto your bosom. It's not going to fall from heaven, but men's heart will be touched to give to you because you have the gift of philanthropy. So if you have that philanthropy gift, which means that you love giving to others, money comes to you. My mother has that. And I have never seen a woman in her late 70s that is as blessed as that woman is. But she has been given all of our lives, even when we were mad at her as young kids, when we say she's a single parent. She's got us 3 kids and she's given everything away. And what we didn't realize was that her well never ran dry. So the gift of philanthropy is $1 million asset. Networking and storytelling, that's $1 million asset. If you can tell a good story, that's $1 million asset. Leadership and developing others, if you have that as an asset, that's $1 million asset. And time management, if you are a time manager, that's $1 million asset. Well, I see my time is definitely about gone, so I'm waiting on our host to come on in and release me from here before I have to go into another topic. Because if you go back and listen to the beginning, you will hear me talking about grant writers and what grant writers do, and you will hear me talking about some of the other areas. Well, I'm glad to see you. How you doing?
I'm great. And you're wonderful. And thank you for sharing those tools and just the process and the how, because we see it, but some of us just don't know how. And you broke it down and made it so easy to understand. So thank you so much.
You are welcome.
And Genius is coming, and I will see you on the other side, Dr. Barbara Wright.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Hello again, and good afternoon. Now, the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students, so you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, which is also $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. So again, students who are interested in becoming part of the movement, they can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Riche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Suppliers Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane, Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I will see you on the other side.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him, and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too. Because genius is common.
I'm Kennedy Harris. My genius is being an entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of K-Lock, a company where I develop my very own line of kids supplements. I currently market my multivitamin for kids to help combat weak immunity. During the pandemic, research has shown that having a strong immune system is key to fighting off disease. My vitamins are for kids, but adults can benefit from them as well. I'm adding a proprietary blend to my supplement line. I want to create my own blend so that I have a competitive edge in the marketplace. Staying healthy is important to me so that we live longer and have healthier lives. My website is klockproducts.com. That is K-L-O-C-K. Genius is common.
Hey, it's your girl Colette V. Smith. The V is for victory. My mama would tell you the V is for Veronica, but it's Colette V. Smith, the NFL's first African-American woman to coach in the history of the National Football League by way of being...
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you, as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business. That's why at the Genius is Common movement, I am the master executive coach and professional training ambassador. That's my genius. And genius? Oh yeah, it's common.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
To celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. Hey, thank you. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11 I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this, because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Hello. Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw. I'm the CEO of 5-Star BDM, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Tandra Price. She's a speaker, author, trainer, and networking coach with over 15 years of experience as a network marketer and a sales professional. Tandra created her next ventures, coaching and creating an empowerment movement for women in business and those aspiring. This concept quickly became successful, which led Tandra to create Conversation Over Coffee and You Connected. Tandra's women empowerment brands focuses on connections, networking, and resources. Much of Tandra's success is attributed to her focus on training women to focus on 10 things before 10 o'clock and ensuring they have the right mindset, goals, communication, and support systems in place. So let us welcome Tandra Price to the Black Business Olympics.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Grant? It's nice to see you again here at the Black Business Network. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much.
Oh, I've always wanted to come on live and talk to you on the actual Black Business Olympics show. We have had conversations over the last year or so, different things. We have some things in common like in sales and business networking. And you've taken it to a whole new level with that Tap In magazine. I'm like, wow, how do we get in Tap In magazine? That is great. So before we go there, I want to ask you just a few questions. We're going to have a nice fireside chat. We're going to do what I call your 30 for 30, right? We're going to get some understanding of your history. What has motivated Dr. Tandra Price to be the person she is today? So take us back a few years when you were just getting your feet on the ground in business. understanding sales and networking, and then that light going on within yourself saying, hey, here's an opportunity that I can take for other women that are aspiring like me. Take us back a little bit.
Wow. Okay. So look, I can go way, way back, but I won't go back that far because really, you know what kind of, I've been in the network marketing business and sales industry for over 20 plus years. And during kind of my journey, we've done a lot of traveling. So that's really kind of where everything began. My husband works for one of the largest aircraft companies. And, you know, you would thought we was in the military, but we wasn't. But we did a lot of traveling. So amongst those times that I was traveling, you know, it's like you go to a new city, you don't know anyone, and it's like I had to start everything all over again. You didn't have your support system. If any of those out there who know, when you travel and you know you have to uproot and move to a whole new city, you know, it's like where do I begin? So kind of to just begin my first journey, I'm going to say, you know, I started just getting networking groups together. You know, we went from California to Connecticut to Oklahoma to Memphis and all these other different places. I said, listen, the best way that I'm going to be able to interact or engage in the community is to start my own group. You know, they always say, get yourself a seat at the table, make your own seat. So I started to make my own seat at the table, and I started getting these networking groups. I just started going online saying, you know, hey, let's meet for coffee at such and such, such, anyone, you know, interested in meeting. And what happened is ladies would just come because there were ladies that were in kind of the same situation that I was in. So they were more apt to come. I mean, they were looking for a friend. They were looking for someone new. But I took it just a little further and started going into like a lot of the chamber events, you know, meeting with the visitor bureaus and things of that nature to kind of get a resource list together of all the things that was going inside that particular community that I was in, whether it was, you know, childcare, you know, the best schools, you know, doctors, grocery stores, and all that kind of thing. And I was putting together kind of what you would say like a little booklet, kind of a resource booklet. So therefore, when we did have these conversations and these ladies became new into the community, I was able to give them something in hand that they can walk away with, just kind of like a resource, like we always do right now. So anyway, but that's just kind of how I started my communities, you know, by building up these communities, because it was a need for me, because I wanted to be able to go someplace where I had some resources and some connections already in hand. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then it just started growing. I mean, every time I went somewhere, I just kind of did that same concept. And I started just developing groups. So now, as of today, I probably have maybe, I don't know, 15 groups, lady groups. A lot of them that are virtually, because I took the concept and said, hey, you know, I was doing it in person. Hey, let's do it virtually, especially when COVID came. It made it so easy to not only just, now we have these resources of places that's in these communities, but now let's talk about us wanting to be entrepreneurs and business owners. How can we do that? And then that's how those resources came in. I could just keep talking.
No. See, this is important. It's so important. So many other people are in that same position, because life, you know, will put you in situations that you're not comfortable, you're uncomfortable, and you got to think like, how do I, you know, continue on my track to do whatever it is I'm doing, whether it's business, it's a community service, it's this or that. And, you know, you got to get that first step. It sounds like you got that first step down pat. You sound like you were in the military, like you know, moving around different cities, but you were confident. You must have got to that confidence level.
You know,
I know what to do.
I did, because you know what? It was like, I have, like I said, I've been in the space environment for so long that, you know, I know what it takes. You know, we have to be able to network. And the only way we can network is, you know, what value can you bring to the groups that you're actually networking with? You know, just like, you know, Black Business Network, they bring so much value to those who participate. And we have to think about that the same way. As I was building it up, you know, now I could take, again, as being a business owner, take my expertise or the things that I was passionate about, and how can I help someone? Because guess what? Someone's always looking for what you have, right? Yeah. They're always looking for what we have. So, you know, I turned around and took that just a little step further and said, listen, I know that now that we've kind of mastered, you know, what we're doing and all that kind of stuff, but how do we really get out into the community and network? How do we really make those effective and positive communications work for us? You know, a lot of us get so intimidated when it comes to all these different networking events and having to meet people, depending on if you're extrovert or introvert, right? I mean, it just like, you know, how do we break that ice? And so that's when I started saying, listen, I love to network. I know what it takes to network. And I've had people come along with me and they'd be like, oh my God, you know what? You just, like you said, so confident when you come to talking to people, because I took the concept of networking out and just said, listen, we're just having a conversation.
Right.
That's all we can do is have a conversation, and either go good or bad. You can say something wrong, you say something right, right? But
no, the human to human conversation is the most important conversation that you can have. And what I've learned is that everyone has a story, and don't be shy in sharing your story, your journey, no matter what it may be, along all the different lines that are common themes within a lot of people's lives. If you're talking about finance, and you're talking about business, and you're talking about relationships, and you're talking about health, and then these things are commonalities that you can strike conversations with very easily. And then you just back into a conversation about, well, what are you doing, Miss Tandra Price? I mean, I see you out here doing these things. You make it look so easy. If someone had asked you this question, like, Tandra, and you probably have heard this before, but I'm going to ask it, meaning, what is your superpower? What is your genius? What are you leveraging within yourself that's such a skill, that you've mastered this skill, that you use it every day in your business?
You know what? The skill I use every day is, you know, I just want it to be fun. You know what I'm saying? I always think of this as like being an actress. You know, a lot of people like to be an actress, be in the pictures, the movies, and all that stuff. And we're really just role playing, right? We're auditioning for the next feature film or picture or something like that. But I always have to incorporate fun, because see, the more we get down to making things, to me, so seriously, is when you kind of break it down, you mess it up a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we think that we have to say the right thing, but sometimes the wrong thing could be the right thing, and the right thing could be the wrong thing. But you know what? If we can't have fun with what we're doing, and no matter what industry you're in, it's going to be hard for you to really be able to function. Because you know what? Listen, all of us get the word no so many times throughout the day. I mean, I don't know if you listen. I done got 10 no's already today.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? We have to embrace those no's. We have to take those no's. We have to, you know, it's a way of how you have to have fun with it. Because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because when you think about not starting your day off with, hey, I'm blessed to be here. Thank God I'm here. You know, I'm breathing, and you know what? I'm here to be a servant to those who, you know, come into my space. You know, I think once you take that away, it's hard for you to really be able to maneuver, because every time someone says no, it's going to be a disappointment to you. You're not going to be able to get over it. Instead of saying no just means, look, I need a little bit more information. Or no means, you know, it's not right now. No doesn't mean no. Okay. But we got to get comfortable with it, and we have to embrace it. And no matter what we do throughout the day, it has to be fun.
Well, what you said is so important. And I encourage anybody that's an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you've got to understand the sales process.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, you are in sales. Because without sales, there is no operations. There is no marketing. There is no finance. So you've got to be able to sell your product or service to the right audience. And when you understand the sales game, I know I've been in sales 25 plus years, is that when you get those no's, you got to understand, like you said, it's a game. You're like, you know what? When you understand your numbers, meaning, you know, for the product or solution or services that you're selling, you need to understand how many no's that you need to get to a yes.
Yeah.
Right? So if you on average, you say, you know what, I get 20 no's before I get a yes. So then when you get that no, like, great, you know, that's 19 more I got to go. Let me go get another one. Oh, I got another one. Great. I got 17 more. Let me go get another one. But you don't want to focus just on the no's, obviously, but you understand.
Well, I understand, but it's almost like you got to get excited to get a no. You know, You know what I'm saying? When you get that no, you got to get excited, kind of, you know, because like you said, we've been in the sales game. You have to understand the sales process of what it's going to take. But, you know, it's almost like we have to have that tough skin, you know, to get through that no.
Yeah. Yeah. And not everybody is your client, because once you understand their no, you understand, all right, it's not, maybe it's a not right now, or it's a hard no because they're just not a good fit. You have to understand that they're not saying no to you personally. They are saying no to the opportunity that's in front of them.
Oh, absolutely. Or it could be timing. You know what?
Yeah.
We buy things on emotions. And a lot of times when the timing is not right, it doesn't mean that they're not going to follow back up. It doesn't mean that you take them out of your system. It doesn't mean that you stop communicating with them. Everything is done on timing. It has to be the perfect timing.
I learned that so much now, especially when I do capital sales. I've done multi-million-dollar deals. And the thing that I've realized and learned through that is exactly what you said, is that it is all about timing, opportunity, what's happening now. But if the person doesn't remember you, you're not memorable, you're not going to be top of mind. So when that situation does come up, now that situation's in front of them, you're not going to be there, like physically or, real time, just because you knocked on their door 6 months ago or 18 months ago, you're gone. But what's left is the impression that you left upon them.
Yeah.
It's so important. That's why networking, as you stated, is so important, because they begin to remember you. It's easier now. People ask me all the time, like, is it harder now to do sales with all that? It's like, no, it's easier. Are you kidding me?
It really is. It really is. It's, you know what, again, because I feel like, we take that word because it's been such a harsh word, when you say networking, everybody, I'm telling you, I've seen people's disposition just change. Like, you want to go to a networking event? They'd be like, oh, girl, no. You don't but if I say, hey, you want to go to lunch? Then, oh, yeah, let's go to lunch. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. We're just using different words. But you're so right. I mean, I think that from the time you wake up in the morning to when you start talking is networking to me. Is networking, having a conversation, because no matter where you have a conversation, it could lead to so many different things.
Yep.
It really can. I mean, like, I feel like once it's like, it's like when you're dating somebody, what, do you have to force the conversation, or can the conversation
to be natural? It's got to be natural. Yeah. Right.
Yes. Knowing that we have to marinate the relationship too, right? We got to marinate it. We can't be in for a short term. You ain't gonna meet somebody thinking you're gonna, date them, give them your business card, and think they're gonna be like, oh, let's go out for the second date. No, we gotta marinate it. It's a long-term process. Just like people ask me all the time, when is the best time to network? Did you wake up this morning and start talking?
You should be out there right now. There's so many people getting together. There's morning get-togethers, afternoon, but be valuable. If you are valuable, and as Dr. Keller said, if you value you have to value. If you don't value your value, no one else will.
That's right. That's right.
And if you do have something of value to the community and what you're doing, you're going to go out there and you're going to talk about it. You're going to evangelize it. You're going to be like, wow, because you know that you need the service. You focus on women. And I'm going to assume that you focus a lot on minority women and where they're at. What have you learned about that particular part of your journey? And what advice would you give to our women today?
Well, okay, so I try to have a diverse network. And what I'm learning is that when we started our networking and the ladies wanted to, venture off into their business, that they really needed someone who could mentor them and talk to them, or maybe who have been through the steps. So I think that's why it's really good that the groups that we have, because you can get a little bit of experience from everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone has kind of had the same thing. So for me, I think within my journey that what I've learned is that if we could collaborate together, okay, because there's no competition here. We're all trying to learn and grow at the same time. I feel like when one win, we all win. But what I've learned is that everyone has a different expertise, and they can bring that expertise to the table, and they can share, because we have to have our cup halfway empty and know that we can get more into our cup. So we can't assume that we know everything about everything. I don't know everything about everything. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking for my teacher. And when I say that, I'm looking for, whoever's going to be on that Zoom call, whatever, personal development that I'm learning. I'm trying to learn my craft each and every day so we can be better when we come into these amazing groups to share that information with those who don't have that information, or even going to conferences. Just think that a lot of the ladies of the diverse network group sometimes can't afford to go to all these major events, where they can get that learning from. But if you go and you invest the time and dollars, which we all should invest the time and dollars into our business and help making sure that we're growing and learning, but you can bring back that information and share it. You can put it inside your, workshops, your webinars, and things of that nature. So the people that you're trying to connect with can get that information and grow and learn. But I feel that within those groups, I've learned that we have to come together and be able to share our expertise and learn. That's really kind of how our groups are built. I say, hey, let's grab a cup of coffee and let's have a conversation. Like, what do you need help with? What is your goals this week? How can we help you achieve them? What is maybe some objections that you having problems with, or, you need to work with? And then we all together as collectively as a group, share that information. All the ladies go around. See, one of the things about my group is that we don't get to just come in and say, hey, I'm, with X, Y, and Z company. No, let's talk about the challenges. Let's talk about the juggles and struggles of what we're dealing with now. So when you hang up on this call, then you'll be able to attack those challenges.
Wow. All right. So you're giving absolute value and support to everybody in your groups, and you encourage that for all your participants and attendees. I like that. I'm curious now, because I've seen this out there, this Tap In magazine. It looks so beautiful. Tell us about why you started the magazine and what you're doing with it now.
Yeah. So, okay. How I started the magazine is I wanted to change the networking space. I go back to the ladies groups, because what was happening was inside of the groups, one of the things we always encourage ladies to do, if you have a conference or whatever, let's support one another, whether it's monetary or just showing up, passing the word out. How do we do that? How do other people get to know who you are? So when I started the magazine, I said, listen, we're going to change the networking space. And you're not going to have any other choice but to promote the person that's inside that magazine. Because why? Because I'm going to put you on the front cover. So everyone in the magazine gets their own personal cover. And it's the reason behind that is because I know that you're going to share with your network. I know that you're going to, put it on all your different things and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to expand into your network. So guess what? As you're a part of that magazine, guess what? All those other ladies, that influential ladies that are inside of that, is going to be able to be promoted. Because you just can't promote your cover, because we want to promote your story too. So we actually put your story inside somewhere, not at the front, but somewhere to give your audience an opportunity to flip through that magazine to see all the other amazing ladies in their stories. Because see, you don't know if your story can be helpful to someone else. But how do we promote each other? That's how we took on the space of doing Tapped In magazine. A lot of people need that credibility and visibility. They can't get on, say, like your Forbes, your Essence, and magazines like that. But we want to be able to expand your audience, broaden your audience. Right now, we're moving into the UK, which makes it even nice. Now we're able to do interviews on television as well to make it even more popular. But our goal is to make sure that we are promoting each other. Our tagline is each one promote one. We not only do that with women, but we do it with men. Because what we were finding out with men is that there's some hidden gems out there that, that we don't know about, that you, just like yourself, is being able to make an impact in your community, and people don't know what you're doing. So when we started the magazine, yes, we started it just with women only. We were doing some amazing women. We started connecting with PR agencies, because there were some people in the PR industry that needed that extra boost, that extra visibility, but had a large following. And by having that large following, it allowed Tapped In magazine to tap in to their network and be able to expand our visibility in the market space. So we decided to do that same concept with men. But, along the story with men were doing some amazing things. We had entertainers that's a part of our publication that has been in the industry, maybe kind of fallen off, but still are doing some amazing things in the community, that's growing up young men and doing amazing things in that space. But it was a way for us to be able to tell their story, the unhidden story, because it's called Hidden Figures, the unhidden story of those men. So we've been doing some amazing things. Like now, we started with, when I very first started, I had one online distribution. Now we have over 350,000 online distributions. Wow. We are digital and print. We are now have just launched our publishing service for those amazing people who want to have their own magazine but don't have the time to do it. You have a special event, conference, or speakers or authors are looking to promote their speakers. We now have it to where we can make your own magazine for your own event. So that's something really exciting that we're doing right now. And then alongside, again, we're also teaching you how to market your publication. It's kind of crazy because I left a meeting the other day and trying to, just talk about our magazine, but how amazing did the gentleman across from me, when I gave him my magazine, he was like, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. So see, now you have something that you can leave with the potential prospect that you have. So, but I try to steer it a little bit different because, the more I kind of deep dive into this, visibility is so huge. And I think a lot of times we take that off the plate in our marketing budget, or even when we're doing marketing and branding. I think it's so important because the more that you are visible, again, the more doors of opportunities that open. But if you are not visible, just like we talked earlier, your potential clients are going to go to those who are more visible. When that timing is right and you haven't stayed in front of them, guess what? They're going to go to the person who's now in front of them. So it's so important that we keep that visibility to make sure that we're seen, heard, and noticed throughout any of the spectrum. Like right now, we have our August edition coming up. For our women, just for our women, we have our August edition coming up, and it's going to be amazing. But not again to say that we've done some major collaborations. We've partnered up with the Leadership Experience Tour, Cheryl Woods. We've practiced out with Got to Be Dope. We've done some amazing things with some other major speaking platforms as well.
Wow. So your platform it's international in scope.
Yes.
What I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
How do people like, hey, I want to get a hold of Tap In Net? I mean, how do I get a copy?
Well, how you get a copy is go to Tapped In Magazine. That's TAPIN magazine.org. It'll have all of our latest issues on that website. You could go there and and then also subscribe to us. Text Tapped In Magazine, and you can always stay update to the latest information. And listen, we're always giving away an opportunity to get featured in our publication for free. So you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe.
That's my next question, because I know there's a lot of people out there like, how do I get featured? I love that. Be on a magazine cover, and I'm out there and I'm being, my business and what I'm doing and what's making me successful and what's making me different. It is out there. You said it was at 350,000. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're now at over 350,000 online distributions. We've been showing up on all different type of networks. Like we were just on the Cox network not too long ago. We just hit the Onstage Plus TV guide. So we're like really hammering and making sure that we're all in different spaces. We left the American Black Film Festival where we did some amazing interviews and things of that nature there. We were at the Essence where we did some side interviews. So, everywhere Tapped In goes, then that has an opportunity for you to have that visibility as well. We're expanding and we're growing, and we want you to grow with us. So if there's something that we can do to help you get more visibility and expand your audience, and that's where we're going.
Well, this is wonderful. We're going to come to the end here of our fireside chat. But before we end, I want people to understand, because you've given us a wealth of knowledge and the story behind Dr. Tandra Price. Tell us in just a couple of sentences here what your business is about and the big problem that you're solving.
What our business is about is making sure that you are seen, heard, and noticed. And the problem that we're solving is we're taking all the hustle out of you and helping, away from you so you can continue to do your daily business and getting you out there into that major network that you need to make sure, again, that you're seen, heard, and noticed.
I love that. I love that. Dr. Tandra Price, this has been a wonderful fireside chat. I am a big fan of yours. I can't wait to be in the magazine myself. That would be pretty awesome. But I know Dr. Kelly will be in that magazine, and you're promoting the Black Business Network, the Black Business Olympics. And I think that's wonderful, because we want to make sure our children, those K through 12, are getting their opportunity to get noticed, to get visible. Let's change the narrative together. So,
yes,
genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
Thank you so much.
Wow, wasn't she now wonderful? She is just a fantastic person. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below. That's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged. Keep reaching for your dreams and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving. Keep reaching for your dreams. And always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
My why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you.
How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely, and this is how you look to the world.
Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Media Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we developed a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Trousseau is both social and safe. We refer to Trousseau as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Trousseau even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Trousseau is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Trousseau. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, frog, fish,
Goldie,
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies everywhere. Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms. The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage. That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers spending potential that's built for his changing business needs. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, and with spending power built for business purchases, he used his card to furnish a new exam room. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserve. And everyone was happy. Get the card built for business by American Express.
A big man, a big heart. Let's go. Jackson Crisp is a tech startup founder, business consultant, and captivating public speaker, reaching the professional level as a former NFL offensive tackle. Jackson always brings it. With a degree in engineering from the prestigious Colorado School of Mines, and over 2 decades of project management experience, Jackson has honed his skills in training high-performing teams and leaders. The recipient of several patents and trademarks, Jackson is also a subject matter expert, regularly presenting on topics related to projects, processes, and systems. As a paid speaker, Jackson has a unique ability to connect with audiences of all backgrounds. His captivating storytelling and genuine approach inspire and educate, leaving audiences motivated and ready to act towards achieving their goals. Through customized strategy and implementation sessions, Jackson works closely with clients to meet their business objectives. His deep understanding of the human condition, combined with his passion for helping others, make him a highly sought-after coach and mentor. Jackson's impact extends beyond the business world. As Vice President for the NFL Alumni, Las Vegas chapter, and an advisor for Unsilenced Voices, he is dedicated to making a positive change in the world. With Jackson Crisp, unleash your potential.
And then the last thing is, you can have those first 2 things with the wrong intention and bring damage to the earth and the world and to each other, or some level of it, or you can be heart-centered, and that's the heart, and bring life and wellness to the world. And the world needs that today. Thank you very much.
Jackson Crisp.
building relationships to get you known, get you connected, and get paid.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America. And my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
La connexion. La connexion.
Be you. Be you.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants.
Okay.
He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the BU collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Producers, directors, I met designers, and then everybody says, oh, this is my 6th year, and oh, this is my 4th year.
Shout out to New York. We're in New York in like 7 hours.
Oh my gosh, yes, we have a 6:58 flight, so.
We gotta go home. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Every single person that's come through the store has spoke so highly of you, and what a great event this is. Yes.
I'm representing DJ Darryl, who is a platinum producer. He did the hit track for Tupac Shakur, Keep Your Head Up, Snoop Dogg, Keisha Cole.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, everyone. Business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker, Sydney Warnsby, is an experienced business executive with over 30 years of demonstrated success in developing and implementing strategic solutions that integrate all functions of the business for solving complex and high-impact situations. He has proven results in leading teams for business startups, business turnarounds, and transformations, new product development, and implementation of Six Sigma and total quality management techniques. In addition to owning and leading his own organization for almost a decade, he has held significant roles for some of the top Fortune 100 companies, including global product management and business development for JP Morgan Chase's Investor Services, leadership of one of PepsiCo's retail restaurant business units, leadership of a retail banking business unit for Citigroup, and plant management for Eastman Kodak's office equipment division. Throughout his career, he has displayed an ability to establish compelling visions, set clear objectives, and inspire staff that has resulted in high levels of performance. Let us welcome Sydney Warnsby to the Black Business Network.
Good afternoon, Mr. McGaw.
How are you?
I'm living the dream, living the dream.
Well, we are going to have a quiet, fireside chat, get to know you a little bit. You have an impressive background in corporate America as well as entrepreneurship that we'd like to hear a little bit more about, because I find you to be very interesting and I'm impressed with your history.
Oh, okay. Well, it started when I was a little child. No, I'm joking. For me, it was one of those things I knew early on that I wanted to run things. I didn't really care whether it was, at first my own thing or somebody else's thing, but I wanted to be the decision maker. And so, early in my career, I just looked for things that I liked to do, things I was interested in, and that allowed me to put tools in my toolbox to get me along the path to be able to run stuff, run a business, run a company, run an organization, et cetera, et cetera. So every opportunity I selected or that I chose or that I accepted was based on that. Does it give me a tool, that allows me later on to be able to run things more effectively? And, I progressed through corporate life until I decided I'd done everything I needed to do there or wanted to do there. And moved on to entrepreneurship and working for myself. So
you make it sound so easy, but I know it was not, because you have to traverse across a field of challenges to get to the levels that you got to. Help us understand. Now, we're talking about, we've got K through 12 students, people are going into college, people are now getting into that early career section. They probably are hitting that minutia. They've got their education, but now they've got to apply it. What were you doing? Because you're talking about in a time period where there were not a lot of people in color in certain management roles and in executive leadership. What were you leveraging at that time to get noticed and to be able to execute at a high level?
Well, at first I'd say, yes, there were very few, if any, people of color in leadership roles, CEO roles, even management roles. That's not that different today, although there are more. The percentage of them is still pretty small. But I guess I start with, and I tell folks all the time, I just had a conversation with a young entrepreneur mentoring him the other day, that often people start with, I want this kind of job title. I want to be and name the title, put it in there. And that's often, I think, counterproductive because it's too narrowing and confining. And that means you have to know exactly what that title does. And that's exactly what you want. And so the approach that I took was really, I just know I want to run things. I want to be the guy. I want to make the decisions. And I can understand the kinds of skill sets I'm going to need to be able to do that. And so I just went and looked for positions that offered me the ability to do that thing, or to build that skill or develop that skill. But the other thing that was important for me was to be indispensable. And that, I looked for ways that people, who were above me in organizations couldn't do without me. That I was the one getting stuff done, that I was the one driving results. And results speak for themselves. The old thing in finance that cash is king. In business, in corporations, results are king. And that's actually one of the slogans for my business. Results are king. You deliver results, people want you around. They want to use you. They want to, kind of tap into your knowledge, your experience, etc. And so I've always focused on delivering results, delivering outcomes, understanding clearly what it was that somebody wanted or needed. And in fact, one of the first questions I asked in the interview process when I was interviewing with someone, when they would open it up and say, okay, do you have any questions? Yeah. First question is, a year from now, how would you know if I'm successful in this position? And they would talk and I'd write it down. And so I knew if I accepted that position in that first year, I needed to deliver that. Now I was going to deliver some other things, things that I wanted, things I was interested in as well. But I needed to make sure I delivered that because that's how they were going to measure me, et cetera. And then I looked for other ways to deliver even more. So I think, making yourself indispensable, delivering results and outcomes makes you, someone that everybody wants on their team, whether you're in a corporation or whether you're doing consulting and coaching. And that's all I look to do.
Well, let's unpack that just a little bit, because first of all, that is a very, very good advice for anybody today, or even when you got started, to be results oriented and understand what it takes to be successful and acquire the skill sets needed to produce that type of outcome. Mm-hmm. Tell us a story, meaning one of your first successes, because this is the key. Because no matter who you are, where you come from, what your background is, if you're delivering on the bottom line, you're going to get noticed. When was the first time you delivered at a level to where you got either a promotion or you got the visibility you were looking for?
Well, I'm not going to talk about the first time I got a promotion. That was early on in my career. I'm going to talk about the first time that someone questioned my capabilities and that I was still successful, and then got recognition and a promotion. And so I'm not going to mention many names, but I was working for Pepsi at the time in a restaurant division. I've been Pepsi was going through a position or a time frame where they were looking for unique, non-traditional skill sets, to run their operations, especially in the restaurant groups that they own. So back then, Pepsi owned Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, blah, 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 blah. And they were looking for non-traditionals who could come in, manage, run those businesses, then ultimately go over to Pepsi. And so I was hired in, to manage that. And first, when, they came to me, I was like, oh, no. I got an engineering degree, a master's. I'm not working in food and But when I looked at it, it was, hey, they're wanting me to run a business, a regional business, from Central PA all the way over to Ohio, managing the entire brand, blah, 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 blah. Kind of a startup turnaround situation combined. And this is what I talked about. You get to, and then in Pepsi, it's the numbers. Whatever you need to deliver the number. And so I'm going to be running a business with my supervisor hundreds of miles away. So you get, to make the decisions that you think best. And that's what they look for. You run it, deliver the numbers, everything else, we'll talk about. And so I took the role and was doing great. The person who had hired me, well, I shouldn't say I was doing great. I was meeting the expectations, delivering, but they gave me a region that was in turmoil and wanting to grow. And I was making the changes. And I had the path and the strategy and the plan all down. Here's what I'm going to do first, next, then blah, blah, blah. And I'm going through and I'm hitting all the numbers, right? Hitting all my milestones and my posts. But the supervisor changed. My ZVP, my zone vice president changed. And the new person came in. And this person didn't care about where I came from, what I picked up. All they cared about was the number relative to, the number he was responsible for. And so he wasn't looking at the progress. And he started questioning my ability. Can you do this? Can you I think this should be. And that was the first time in my life, in my career, anybody had ever questioned, can I get the job done? Someone suggested, well, maybe you should look for something else. Not, one of my cohorts or whatever. Well, maybe you should look for something else before something. No, I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. Well, I kept going on my plan, kept moving down, the track in terms of what I had put in place. The net was 6 months later. And then what was important for me was that this guy couldn't give me anything different to do. It wasn't like he had some bold plan. Okay, well, you need to do this. When I would say, okay, well, any suggestions? Well, no, but. So I'm like, okay, then I'm just going to keep doing what I need to do based on what I believe in. And so I did that. 6 months later, not only had we achieved, actually, it's I think 9 months later, had we achieved where I was looking to go, my group had gone from being ranked 138th in the division to ranked number 4th in the division. Was recognized as one of the lead territories and markets. Then had people from corporate coming out, interviewing my staff and my team, videotaping what we were doing. We got selected to this group who then got to change the entire way the division was run by putting in the policies and procedures that we had established within our group. And at the national meeting, when I was being recognized, in front of the entire division, entire organization, he came up to me afterwards and said, "Oh, I knew you could always do it." Now, so he wanted to take success, take credit for the success, et cetera. But for me, that situation was I knew what I believed in and what would make a business successful and how to run it, and I just stuck with that and carried it out to fruition, and had success from that. So that was the thing that confirmed for me. Yeah, I understand what's going on here and how to make it happen in any organization at any level, and gave me the confidence, for doing other things, going forward from there.
Without question, I took from that story, you had the belief, you had the confidence, you knew you were on the right track. You just needed the time to grow the results that they were looking for. Going from 138th to 4th, wow, I would call you the franchise player, right?
Well, and again, it's one of those things, and I'll maybe massage a little bit of what you said. I didn't know that I had the right plan. I believed I had the right plan. And what I wanted to do, if I was going to go down, I was going to go down on my plan and my strategy, not trying to do something the same way everybody else was doing it, because I didn't see that that was driving success. And all the things that I knew from all of my education, you know, from the engineering, from the MBA, and then just from my core beliefs and values said, no, this is the right way. I believe in that, and I'm going to run it that way. And whatever the results are, the results will be. And there were lots of challenges, internal and external. You know, there weren't a lot of folks, you know, outside of a few in my team that I had hired and brought on to make that change. There weren't a lot of folks who were like, yeah, we're there, whatever you need, sit, you know. So it was a great experience, you know, from that perspective.
Well, let's talk about, you know, I brought up the word franchise. You went from corporate America, you got into the franchise world. And it sounds like you, now correct me if I'm wrong, was the franchises also in the restaurant business? Did you take what you learned there and then took it out into an entrepreneurial track?
I did, but not right away. So I left Pepsi and went to Citigroup, and then on to JP Morgan Chase, and then left JP Morgan Chase and was doing consulting, coaching, et cetera. It wasn't until probably about 10, 12 years later that I, you know, went to the restaurant piece. So I was working as an entrepreneur and as an adjunct professor, and decided, you know, I wanted to have a business where I was making stuff, doing something, delivering a product, not just a service of coaching and consulting. And so I bought a restaurant group, a 15 location restaurant group.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Because we're on the Black Business Network, Black Business Olympics. We've got a lot of entrepreneurs in the audience. If you had to give them advice, because running a business, talking about the running the entire business and driving the results is no easy endeavor. What keys or advice would you give to our audience?
So a couple things. One is, when I worked for corporations, the position I was in, I ran it as if I was the owner of the business. And that sounds trite and, you know, kind of quaint to say, et cetera. But no, I made the decisions as if I was the owner, including taking on decisions that weren't necessarily in my job title. But I said, if this is the right thing to do, I'm going to take that on, and I will ask for forgiveness. You know, when you know, things are said and done, not necessarily ask for permission. But what I again relied on was people want results, and there were a couple of times when I, you know, stepped outside of my authority, and you know, someone said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that," and oh, my bad. Would you like the results back? You know, and I didn't say it exactly that way, but you know, that was the inference of the conversation. Would you like the results back? And they, no. Keep doing that, but just so you know, in the future, you should, you know, probably check blah, blah, blah. So, you know, in terms of, you know, being on your own, the difference really is the final decision really does rest with you. You are still working for someone when you are working on your own, because you probably have a mortgage on that business, some kind of funding, financing, et cetera, somewhere along the way, and you need to pay that. So there's always someone that you're working for, whether that's customers, clients, or, you know, the person who owns a mortgage for you. But the final decision rests with you, and you need to know and understand that. And that can be a lonely place sometimes. And therefore, you need to have the strength of your convictions. What do you really believe? What is it you're really trying to deliver and drive? And be true to that. And I talk about kind of 3 qualities or characteristics, and I do a talk on this, the 3 Ds for success. And I think every individual, corporate or entrepreneur, need to have these. They become I guess, critical if you are an entrepreneur. And that's dedication, discipline, and determination. Now, these aren't skills, they're attributes, they're qualities. And dedication is that commitment to a goal, to an outcome, you know, to some objective. You know, here's where I want to be. Here's what I want to have accomplished. Here's where I want to get to. And that's going to be so critical and important for you to stay clear of mind what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. What is your mission? What is your vision? And why is that important, et cetera? Discipline is about commitment to a process, an approach, a strategy, a way of doing or being. And, so for me, that becomes critical because if you don't have some approach or plan that you're following, it's the old saying, any road will get you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. So you can just meander, and that's not very productive as an organization. It's not very fun for your staff when they're trying to follow because they don't know where you're really going, et cetera. But so it's important to have that discipline about here's the plan, here's what we're going to do, here's what I'm going to accomplish it. It doesn't mean we stick with that like it's etched in stone. It means you're going to have a process though for making a change to that. It just says I'm not going to change it willy-nilly. We're going to follow a process for when we do need to make a change. What are the information that we're going to be looking for, et cetera. But determination, that last one, is the commitment to success. It just says, I don't care what happens, we're getting there. If I got to carry you, if I got to, build something, buy something, change something, work harder, When I played sports, I would tell folks, no one will outwork me. I don't care whether it's basketball, baseball, or whatever. It's like, no one will outwork me. I will be there, dogging you, fighting you, doing whatever, and give more energy than you will. And if that's all that it takes, then I'm going to win because I'll outwork you. And determination is that mindset that just says, hey, we're going to get it done. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointments. There will be all that stuff. There will be people fighting you, resisting you, trying to prevent you from getting things done. Sometimes that will be in your own organization. Sometimes it will be the competition. Sometimes it will be regulators. Sometimes it'll be the culture, with wherever the community that you're in. And as people of color, we have dealt with that as well, that, hey, folks don't want me here. They don't want me in this industry. They don't want me in this town. They don't want me they don't want me here. Do you quit? Or do you say, I'm going to find a way? I'm going to make a way. And I think those three attributes, when you can develop those, will serve you immensely, as a entrepreneur, as a business leader. And there's no substitute for those things. You can be as smart as you want. You don't have those three things, you're not going to be successful.
No, I agree with you. There are certain attributes that you need. I've heard the words grit. You got to have grit. And you got to, you got to have that belief. You've got to have that get up and go. When the chips are down, when it looks like you're going to lose, you still got to give that 100 and 110%, and then you win. Sometimes you just got to turn the tide. There's some tenacity to entrepreneurs, solopreneurs that are out there. Talk to me a little bit more about what I have found in the space of entrepreneurs, and I say specifically for Black business owners. They're very, very good at what they know, meaning if they are, running a business and they're into, their particular skill set of what they know, they're the technician of that business.
Right.
However, they may not be very, very knowledgeable about finance, the financial acumen, and how that finance flows through the business to make it successful. Talk to us about, because you do a lot of coaching and leadership and that type of thing. Have you found that to be got to be top 3 of the problems that you help solve?
Yes. So I'll say this, that there's the difference between knowing the business and knowing the business of business. And so the point that you were making, Grant, is that most entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners know their business. They know plumbing, they know construction, they might know marketing, they might know accounting, they might know all of the things that are the technical aspects of their business. But you have to know, as a business owner, you have to know the business of business. And when I worked for corporations, I trained my staff on that. There were 12 kind of key skills that every individual needs if they're going to be successful. And I don't care whether you're in sports, entertainment, business, blah, blah, blah. It's the same 12. So Michael Jordan, who ran General Electric, had these. Michael Jordan, who ran the Bulls, had these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they were things like your technical knowledge, what you know about your business or your responsibility, and how do you learn that? How do you take on new information? It's about people skills and people management, relationships with others. It's about cost management, about planning an organization, decision making, resourcefulness, creativity, blah, blah, blah. So it's all those kinds of things. And, in running the business, planning an organization, which gets into, what is our, strategy going to be? Where are we going to go? How are we going to get there? Managing the people side of things, understanding how to assign people to responsibilities and duties, how to organize your team into, well-performing groups, but also in terms of the financial planning and financial aspect, managing your P&L, managing your balance sheet, knowing how to analyze and understand when opportunities are being presented or in front of you from reviewing those balance sheets and those other financial reports, et cetera. All of those are also critical in terms of being successful as a business owner. And if you ignore those only for, focusing on the business, the technical aspects of the business, you're not going to be successful. Things will reach up and kind of grab you by the ankles and trip you up, or will sneak up behind you and, kind of bite you in the behind. And neither one of those are great. And so what we want to do is make sure that we have a, kind of holistic approach to that and managing, the business, all aspects of the business. There are things that you're not going to be great at that you can then assign someone else who's better at it, than you, if you're going to have direct reports. If you don't have direct reports, other people working for you in the business, then, you need to find a way that's going to make all of those things, active underneath your responsibilities. So there was a gentleman who was an entrepreneur when I was I was still working for corporate. Talked to me at a mentor group, and his logic was, if you look at an organizational chart with all the boxes, he said, when you are an entrepreneur, if you don't have somebody else's name in the box, your name is in that box, because it still has to be done for the business. And that lived with me. It's still today. That I still create those organizational charts when I'm working with volunteer organizations, not for profits. As a volunteer, I look at that box and I start, whose name's in there? You don't have a name in there. So who's doing that? Nobody's doing it, or you're doing it as the director, da, da, da. So it's the same thing as an entrepreneur. There's no name in the box. Your name is in the box. It's still got to be done. How are you doing that?
Well, we've got a few minutes here, Sydney. I like that. Help us understand your business. Help us understand, and I love how you say your big, bold statement. Why should I be working with Sydney Warnsby?
I'll say two things. One, I talked about before, results. I deliver solutions with results. Those results are doubling your profits usually in less than 9 months. By doing the things that I talk about, here. Really looking at what drives growth in a business. And there are only 5 things that drive growth. And I look at those things. I look at what you're doing right now in those areas and what are the opportunities to be done or implemented. And based on that, we then start changing behaviors and changing processes and changing systems so that those things now start working for your business on an ongoing basis. We institutionalize those actions. So I'm very hands-on with my clients. But the net is I get stuff done. I deliver results. Specifically, I help CEOs, business owners, founders to implement those simple solutions that will double their profits in 9 months or less by growing revenues and growing profits. And that's my bold claim. And I stand behind that claim this way, that I guarantee it. Meaning, if I'm not delivering 2 times what you're paying me in a monthly fee, I will either refund that fee or I'll work for free until I'm delivering that. And again, that's just how strongly I believe in, the strength of my convictions on what I do and how I can stand behind it. I know the business of business, and so I can feel confident in saying that.
Well, I'm confident you can deliver. You've demonstrated that. You've got a track record. You've got the experience, and I believe in you, Sydney. This is wonderful. Tell us how to get in touch with you.
Well, a couple ways. One, my website, I'm sorry, that's my second web. That's my consulting website. Let me give you this. Solutions with Results. Sound familiar? Solutionswithresults.com. Solutionswithresults.com. If you go on there, you can see more about what I do and how I do it. You will be able to, on the contact page, get my phone number and email address. There's also an Ask Sydney page where you can ask a question specific to your business. And I will get a response back to you specific to your business within 48 hours. You can also just email me directly, and I'll give my phone number here as well. You can email me at Sydney, SIDNEY Sydney W, at solutionswithresults.com. So again, Sydney W at solutionswithresults.com. Or you can call me in the US. It's +1 718-791-8707. 718-791-8707. One of the things I do with new clients is do an assessment of their business. That's free of charge. So if you're just interested in understanding all these things that I talk about and what impact it would have, you can contact me either via email or via phone, and we'll schedule some time for me to do an assessment of your business and to tell you what your growth opportunity is and the timeline for being able to achieve that.
Well, this has been wonderful, Sydney. I want to thank you so much for sharing some of your experiences, your background, your expertise, and your genius.
Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And for those who are out there, I thank you for being generous with your time and listening to me.
Absolutely. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side. All right. That was wonderful. If you ever want to know about business, how to accomplish business from a career perspective as well as a entrepreneur perspective, you just learn about it from Sydney. So let's talk about the Black Business Expo's mission. And I will tell you, the mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. The Expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash app that's on the screen below. That's $BBXUSA. And our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. I will tell you right now that 5-Star BDM is donating 3 laptops to the Black Business Expo just to help our students get to next levels. So students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shining Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development, to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
My why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you. How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely. And this is how you look to the world. Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Lead to Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America. And my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Are you aware that showing off your expertise can gain customers and position you as an expert in your industry? Consumers need confidence to purchase, so let us showcase your knowledge by interviewing you for a 3 to 5 minute video. We'll position you as an industry expert with a customized interview style video, and for a limited time, we'll cover all production costs. Click this ad or call now for all the information.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Are you aware that showing off your expertise can gain customers and position you as an expert in your industry? Consumers need confidence to purchase, so let us showcase your knowledge by interviewing you for a 3 to 5 minute video. We'll position you as an industry expert with a customized interview-style video, and for a limited time, we'll cover all production costs. Click this ad or call now for all the information. You'll want to experience the same 5-star service our customers love. So take advantage of this one-time offer. Click this ad or contact us now.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you, as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business. That's why at the Genius is Common movement, I am the master executive coach and professional training ambassador. That's my genius. And genius? Oh yeah, it's common.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet. And there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta, and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey, Ivanka Farabi here. I'm the founder and executive director of Beyond the Shackles. We're a nonprofit that is still.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Hello, 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 and welcome. Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGall, CEO of 5-Star BDM. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is a nationally respected digital marketing strategist, author, marketing software developer, and social media expert. Dr. T.L. Holmes is pouring his 20 plus years of professional experience and a rare passion for pulling the best out of people into his new company, a Nexus Media Group. This unique software development company offers user-friendly, cloud-based software products that help small businesses, corporations, website developers scale their company and digital assets in a major way. Dr. Holmes is most noted for the development of his ADA compliance software. Let's welcome Dr. T.L. Holmes to the Black Business Olympics.
Hello there.
How are you, Dr. Holmes?
Man, I am fantastic. Listen, whenever I have the opportunity to speak with you guys, the Black Business Network, I am elated no matter where I am in the country. I will take time to speak to our people.
That is what it's about. We love your passion. We love your enthusiasm. I'm going to get out of your way so you can share with us the knowledge and the wisdom and the experience that you have for us today. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I'm sure you are doing fantastic. I just got back from Vegas at the Stellar Awards. We were doing some media things out there, and then we went to Florida. We're in New York. So one of the things that's so important is that we understand as a business owner how to have impact. Now, you cannot have impact being the best kept secret. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to be in the forefront. You don't want to be outspoken. You don't want to go through all of that. But let me explain something to you. You have the opportunity to have massive impact as long as you're not the best kept secret. Why do you say that, Dr. Holmes? Well, I say that is because number one, if you're the best kept secret, that means nobody knows you. right? And you can't impact people that don't know you. You can't impact people that you are not reaching, that you're not touching. Make sure that you position yourself to have maximum impact. I want to talk about the 3 Ps very quickly. I'm going to take the beginning of the session and the end of the session and put them as close together as possible. I promise. Um, the three Ps that I deal with in business is how you package yourself, how you prepare yourself, how you package yourself, and how you present yourself to the world. And so, one of the things that you want to do is you want to make sure that in business that you are prepared to be in business. Um, Being prepared to be in business means that you know what you're doing, you've done the research, you have the infrastructure, you have the systems in place to allow you to have maximum impact, maximum exposure. Number two, you want to make sure that you're packaged properly. And we're going to sit here for a second because packaging your brand or your services, your product is extremely important. Why is it extremely important? Because packaging deals with one of the eye gates of a human being. That's your eyes. It's not in what you're saying. It's not in how you sound. It's not in how your product tastes. It's how it looks. It's how it's packaged. But one of the things that really disturbed me is when people want you to go to their events, but they give you a flyer that looks like some their animal designed it. Lines are crooked, pictures are awful. You have selfie pictures on your flyer. It's just a certain thing that you do, a certain way that you operate, that you should operate to make sure that you have the right impact. It's not about you just having impact, but you want to have the right impact. And also, you want to make sure you do several things when you're packaging yourself. Number one, you want to make sure you take awesome pictures. Connect with an awesome photographer. I'm an awesome photographer, no pun intended. But you want to make sure you connect with an awesome photographer and invest in your brand. Make the investment. It's not like you have to take pictures every week and get a massive studio, but you want to make sure that you make the investment that one time to get quality pictures, quality packaging. Number two, you want to make sure that your message is clear. What do you mean when you say that, Dr. Holmes? What I'm saying is you want to make sure that whatever your service is, whatever your brand is, you stay on brand. What I mean is you don't want to be a doctor during the day and a baseball player at night, right? You want to make sure that you are targeting your target audience. You are impacting your target audience. And not only your target audience, but figure out who is your ideal customer. Your ideal customer is the customer that you are looking for, that you are excited to work with, because all the time your target audience, may not be your ideal customer. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. And I'm from Florida, so we say in Florida, we're gonna say that one more again. All right. Um, your target audience is the audience that you are promoting to, that would normally use what you are offering. Okay. Um, when you are targeting your audience, you're doing your Facebook ads, you're doing your Google ads, you're doing your groups and stuff of that nature of individuals that have interest in what you are offering. Now, you're going to have a lot of people come into that funnel, but it's your responsibility to connect with them and figure out who is your ideal client. Just because they're your target audience does not mean that they're your ideal client. So you want to have, a team of people or someone else go through those target audiences to you because of what you're offering. They're responding to your ads and stuff of that nature, and try to figure out who fits with your system, who fits as your client. Maybe they can't afford your product, or maybe they aren't ready to go through your system, or understand your brand or your product or your service. So you may have to have someone to give them more information. So you want to make sure that you create that response to your funnel that you are gathering from your target audience. Find your ideal client. After you have prepared yourself for your business, and in that preparation, make sure you put your business plan together. Make sure you have your companies incorporated. If you need to, get your company incorporated as an LLC or as a sole proprietor, as an S corp or C corp, you can always go to LegalZoom.com. That's LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com. I've been using them for years. They're not paying me to promote them, but it's a space where you can find the information you need as how to set up your company properly. Make sure you have a bank account. You want to have a national bank account because you want to be able to do business on a national scale. And then how you present yourself. And that's what we're going to go and dive into, where you put your information. Where do you post your flyers? How do you get the traction? And it's dealing with what's known as SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. So when you are promoting your flyer or you're promoting your business, what you want to think about is you're promoting it on the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web. Now I want you to think about a spider web, and I want you to think about a spider responding to what's on the web. So when a fly gets caught in the web, it starts moving, and then it attracts the spider to what's moving. So every time someone types in a keyword, well, maybe I'm looking for, some brown pots to cook in. I'm going to type that keyword, brown pots, in the search engine. So when you put that in the search engine, it's like something get caught in the web. And so it sends people to what they are looking for. If your website or if your product meets that keyword or attached to that keyword, they're going to go to your page, or your page is going to appear on the first, second, or third page of that search. Now, what's important is that you make sure that your webmaster or web designer have the correct keywords attached to your website. That's extremely important. The only way search engine optimization or SEO works is that it has the connection that you are trying to present. So you make sure on the back end that you have those keywords attached to your website. It's very easy to do. If you have a Wix platform, if you have a WordPress platform, you can find that section where you can optimize your website. Now, so one of the things that we have gotten into, and if you've listened to me, you've probably heard this before, but one of the things that we've gotten into is software development. So yes, we have about 23 software products. Our first product that we've released is called Annexus ADA. You see the website there by my name, annexusada.com. And so what that software does is it allows you to get the software to place on your website so that you are in compliance with the government. Listen to me very clearly. They're not telling you that you need this compliance, but they are enforcing this one by one, year by year, person by person. You won't find out if you're not compliant until you're hit with a lawsuit telling you you're not compliant. So you want, as a business owner, you want to be proactive as opposed to being reactive. Because when those lawsuits come, they're not coming to shake your hand. They're not coming to give you a warning. They're coming to hit your checkbook. Okay. And so we, as a company, Annexus Media Group, Annexus Media Enterprises, have taken the stance to empower our Black businesses. We are informing you, number one, that you need to make sure that your website is compliant. Just like if you're building a construction, that they're going to have a compliance officer come and make sure you got the ramps, you have the electric doors, you have the ability to make sure that anyone with a disability have a great experience when they're on your property. And so what they've done is they have created that law. It's called Title III. And you can look at it and it lets you know that by law, you are required, if you're in business, to make sure your website is compliant. We have developed the software. We have developed the answer. We don't just give you the information or teach you how to do business with individuals that are disabled or what have you. We also can provide you with the tools you need to make sure that you are in compliance. Listen to me very closely. We are a Black-owned business, and we have created this product that's going to impact our businesses, our Black-owned business all across the country, all across the world. So if you need any information, you please contact me. You can go to my Facebook page. You can find me on Instagram. I'm online at Dr. TL Holmes. That's DRTL Holmes online. You can hashtag me, get in contact with me, and everyone that's taken the opportunity to sit and listen to me today talk about these things, talk about branding, talk about marketing, talk about SEO. I want to make sure that if you contact me, if you touch bases with me on my Facebook page, if you can't join if you can't be added, you can follow me. But reach out to me, hit me, send me a DM on Instagram, on Facebook. Let me know that you heard me on here, and I'm going to give you a special present. I'm going to give you a free gift from me to you. I have done a lot of work in making sure that I understand the principles of SEO, understand the principles of branding, of marketing, and what it takes to do that. And I have a gift that I want to give to you as part of being a part of the Black Business Network. I want to thank Dr. Kelly for allowing me this space to impart this wisdom, impart this information. Listen, we can be kings and queens. We can rule the world. We can occupy the world. We can make sure that we have dominion, but we have to have the right information. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. And listen to me. Stay connected to the Black Business Network. Stay connected to everything that they're doing, everything that they're saying. They're giving you real information. They're putting real people in front of you that have expertise in certain levels, areas of business that you can benefit from this. Listen, guys, we do this because we want to make sure that you have everything you need to be everything you need to be. Okay, thank you. This is Dr. T.L. Holmes, and thank you for your time. I hope I have had an impact in your life. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Dr. T.L. Holmes, that is wonderful information. I got a couple of questions I want to ask you, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Because I would say 99% of people I would figure that are in business have a website. They'll go to, you can build them very quickly now, even with AI engines. You can go to Wix, you can go to a website on WordPress, and they're putting them up. But what you just talked about is very, very important, that there are compliances, right? And
yes,
that their audits are probably being done. What are some of the common mistakes that you see that website owners are having?
Well, number one, they're not coding their sites correctly, meaning when people are looking for certain products and services, they type in a keyword in Google. And if you ever looked up something in Google or Yahoo or AOL or what have you, you'll see a list of other names of other things come down. That's because that's what people are searching at that same moment. And so The search engines are live. They are living organisms that moves at the speed of light. So while you're searching, there's probably 10,000, 100,000, a million other people all across the world searching for the exact same thing, right? And so what you want to do as a business owner is make sure that your web designer put in keywords that's going to identify your company when people are searching. So that's extremely important in search engine optimization and SEO. And that's how we kind of got into the Alexis ADA, the ADA compliance software, because once we started looking at SEO, we saw that the ADA compliance software to make sure that your website is in a position to cater to people with disabilities, that it was very keen in the SEO process, because if you have that software on your website, search engines like Yahoo and Google, they are going to prefer you over someone that don't have it, right? Because they want to send people to the proper website that had the proper information that people are looking for.
Now, is that when you buy that from, it's a software, are you licensing it? Is it per seat? Tell us about the licensing model.
So, great question. We're actually in talks with several organizations. We're in talks with several, major corporations that we are giving licenses for our software to. So, one of the things that we are interested in is we're developing a relationship with the Black Business Chamber of Commerce. And we are looking to give or license software. If anybody is a part of the chamber, make sure that your chamber president or the head of your chamber network get in contact with us, because we are making the software available, and we're also providing a grant for the software. It's called the Small Business Minority Grant, Technology Grant. The business minority business technology grant, my apology, to make sure that we can get this software in the hands of the people that need it. Number one, the main thing you want to make sure, or you want to think about, is our software is not, we're not the only company that's doing it. We're probably the only Black company that has developed the software, but we are basically in position to not have to charge an annual fee for this software. It's a one-time fee that you would pay to get our software. We have a couple of different versions. We have the standard and we have the enhanced. The enhanced version allows for 32 points of compliances that we offer for that software. And, people are being sued, companies are being sued. And if you do the research, you'll see where, Hooters was sued, Target was sued. And these are very big lawsuits that companies are having to pay. We have solved that problem. Okay, we have solved that problem. We're in a position to make sure that you are compliant. You said it earlier. Yes, there are 95% of companies, of websites that are not compliant. And we don't want to be a sitting duck. Every day that you're not compliant is every day that someone can file a lawsuit. And that's when you're going to know that you're not compliant. So we're really just positioning ourselves to empower Black-owned companies to not have to be reactive, but they can be proactive.
No, I love that, what you said, especially if you got any type of e-commerce site on there. If you're selling anything on the site, if you don't have things like refund policies, you don't have all the different other pages that you need to have. There's different policies. You got to have terms and conditions. If you don't have this kind of stuff, you might be in problem.
Yes, you're right. Because one of my clients, Vontel, the glasses I'm wearing, Vontel Eyewear, and we do their marketing, and they were part of our beta testing, Vontel.com, and so they was approached by Spotify, and they had to have a whole lot of things to be a part of that platform, and ADA compliance was one of them. And so it was fortunate that they had ADA compliance and it was prevalent on their website. There's a widget that you can control, whether it's on the right or left. There is a widget that comes up and it has all of your compliances to make sure that if a person is visibly impaired, that there's a button you can click that makes it very easy for them to read the site. The person is hearing impaired, we have those areas. If they're dealing with epilepsy, we have that. If they're dealing with ADHD, we have that. So it's a lot of different areas that we're able to touch. And the good thing is, not only are you avoiding being sued, two other things that we like to highlight: it puts you in a position to now that you can do business with the disabled market, and that is a $600 billion industry. So you're now able to tap into that. And secondly, and a lot of people wouldn't know this, but it's also a tax write-off for your business. Getting this software, there is a tax write-off benefit for having this software. Why? Because it's the law. It's the law. So the government have incentives for you to make sure that you are compliant. So that if someone is having issues, that they have a great experience on your website. We have the answer. We have developed this software, and the website is right there on the screen. We have developed this software for you to make sure that you don't have to be reactive, but you can be proactive and have impact.
Well, what you just said is so important. Not only, yes, you need it, you need to have it, but then it opens up a whole new market for you. And oh, by the way, it's a tax write-off. These are all win-wins to become a no-brainer.
Win. Absolutely. And we're so excited. We have the opportunity to. We're one of the speakers at BitCon this year, which is Blacks in Technology conference in Nashville in September. And so we're so excited to empower people with this information, because we own it. We own the front end, we own the back end. We're not a middleman, we're not an affiliate, but we are in position to empower people to be the best them. This is something that really allows us to bring a solution to the table, and not more questions or not just information.
No, and that's very critical. Let's solve the problem.
And
I like where you're going out to your target audience, whether it's like on the Black Business Network, you're going out to the chambers. You just mentioned BIT. I encourage everybody to understand what BIT is, especially because technology is such a component of every business now. You need to really, you don't have to be a master in it, but you need to understand it. It's like you don't need to be a master in finance, but you need to understand money. So all these things are important in marketing. As you stated so eloquently, you might have the best solution ever known to man, but if no one ever knows about it, they don't know about you.
Absolutely.
No one's ever going to be able to utilize it. So search and social are king.
Yes, it is. It's definitely. And I appreciate these platforms like this, right, that allow us to get this information out to people, because I think that, especially business owners, we're in this to win, right? We don't start a business to fail. And so having information, having platforms like the Black Business Network, the Olympics, is extremely important for business owners like me. I'm a business owner. I have a couple of different businesses, but one of the things that we lack is the right information, because people will tell you something and have you run around in circles and you're not getting results. Right. We have to get results. If we plan on staying in business, we just got through COVID. If we're planning on staying in business, we have to get results. This software gets us results. And the wonderful thing about it, I need people to pay attention to what we're doing. If you don't follow me now on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever I am, you need to follow me, because I told you that we have the ADA software, right? We have 22 other software products that we're about to release to the market, and these software products allows you to maximize you as a end user, as a business owner, that you can click on the software and then go to our dashboard, and those SEO things that we're talking about, it will instantaneously put you in the position to where your SEO is maximized.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, man,
Automation. I love automation.
we're so excited. We are so excited. We can't wait. There's a lot of things that's coming at the end of the year, but I need you to make sure that you stay connected to us. If you have a platform, if you have a magazine, if you're having a conference, I am open to speak. If you have a podcast, I'm open to speak. Get in contact with us on our social media platforms. If you can't find us, you can contact Black Business Network, and they know how to get a hold of us. But we're so excited. And thank you, Grant, man, for doing such a wonderful job today.
Oh, no, without question. We're going to have you on the Follow the Brand podcast. I have a worldwide podcast. This is the type of information that needs to get out there. One more time, Dr. Holmes, one more time. Give us the Facebook, give us the website, give us and your email address, please.
You could find us anywhere on social media at Dr. T.L. Holmes. That's DRTLHOLMES online. Anywhere on any social media platform. My handle is at DRTL Holmes, as HOLMES online. Anywhere that you have a platform on, and so it's so exciting. And thank you again for this time. Thank you for this opportunity. And like I said, guys, please get in contact with us. Find us, reach out to us, DM me, connect with me. I want to give you solutions. One of the things that we were, fortunate to write a book a couple of years ago, an ebook that talks about branding, and I want to give that to the audience.
Awesome.
If you contact me, if you get in touch with me, myself or my team, we will make sure that you get the link to our book. It's called Unidentified, Unlocking the Power of Your Brand. Nice. So it gives you, it's a very straightforward book. It gives you the 1, 2, 3s, the ABCs on how to make sure you maximize your brand so that you are not unidentified anymore.
I love that. Do not be unidentified. Let's make ourselves visible. We've got to make ourselves visible and to be known. Thank you for being on today, this afternoon on the Black Business Network. This has been wonderful. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side. I think Dr. Kelly has gotten us holding us up. I think he wants to hold us on for a little bit longer.
Listen, he probably does want us to talk all day, probably. But no, man. So you were saying something about your podcast and what you do. What is it that you do? What is your business?
Well, my business is 5-Star BDM. That is for brand development masters. So I do a lot with business development and personal branding. And the whole point is to help small, mid-sized businesses, entrepreneurs, to really elevate their game. One of the biggest problems that we solve is in these account management and selling aspects of small businesses, that they are very, very good at what they know how to do. But if they've never done sales, they've never done business development, they don't know how to showcase themselves. That's what comes into the personal branding aspects of it. I help them. I have a strategy that I work with called the Brave framework. And I work with people along those lines. So anybody, I love what you do because you're developing all the brand assets. You understand the digital world at a high level, what it's taking. Everybody realizes now that going from this physical plane to the digital plane, and pretty soon this virtual plane is very, very critical for today's business community. And that's how we're going to be successful. And we're going to close the gap in entrepreneurship.
You're right. One of the things that stuck out with me during the COVID pandemic We was all shut in. And so there's two things that we started doing. We started doing the software development, right? Because I wanted to give people tools that they can use to maximize this digital plane, because everybody was home. And so because everybody was home, you have the usage of the internet went up 800%.
Wow.
It went up 800% during the COVID. And so now everybody is forced to use your computers to communicate, to work, to have meetings, to consult, to run your business. And so because it's so much in demand, we thought it would be important for us to create software to help you wade those digital waters. The second thing we did was we started creating courses, video courses, to teach people how to use software. You mentioned automation. We actually developed a course to teach people about Facebook analytics, Google analytics. We have an SEO certification course that we are developing, where we have an entire book. I think the book is probably 200 or so pages, but it teaches you every aspect of what SEO is. And we actually have a course that we take you through that we can certify you as a SEO specialist. So it's amazing some of the things that we've been able to do. We have about 35 courses right now that we're going to bring to market very soon. And over.
So you have a university. It's like a whole school.
Sir.
I mean, you're teaching. You're letting people know. You're not, like I said, you're not just talking about it. Information. I'm a big fan of applied knowledge.
Yes,
that's when you get me. Yes. When he's like, look, don't just tell me about it. Show me how to do it. I want to know how to do it, and then I can get in the game. So I like that. Yeah. And I think that's the way to go to really, my whole thing is really teaching people how to fish, as opposed to you depending on somebody to give you a fish. So if I can put the power in your hand, if I can get the knowledge in your hand and help you utilize it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like toys that kids get in Christmas. They'll play for a month and forget about it for the rest of the year. But you have to make sure that you said it earlier, apply knowledge. It's one thing to get knowledge, but it's another thing to apply the knowledge that you get. That's the only way that you have impact. That's the only way that you have make a difference. And you start scaling your business is you apply the information that you get. I 100% agree. We're definitely near the top of the hour. So I will say this again. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Awesome.
See if we can get Dr. Kelly is probably going over to, and I encourage the entire audience. We have another 4 hours that we're going to have on the Black Business Olympics today. So from all the way from 4 o'clock all the way to 8 o'clock tonight. And we also have Saturday and Sunday. So we started on Monday. We're going all the way throughout to this Sunday. And this expo happens every month. We are serious about building Black entrepreneurship throughout the world and creating this community, this collective that's very important from.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and